Are you selling a home and wondering what your closing costs are going to be and how much you're going to net? It's really important to know these calculations up front so you're not surprised later on. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Loan with Jen. Welcome to my channel where I've got over 400 videos, real facts, no BS, about everything mortgage. Let's get started. First off, it's important to know that when you're selling your house, every state is a little bit different. So just beware, you want to confirm these numbers with your local realtor or your local lender to make sure that you know what applies to you. If you're using a realtor, you should expect to pay an average of 6% for their commission for selling the house. Now, half of that usually goes to the buyer agent that brings your buyer, and the other half will go to the listing agent. There's a lot of benefits to using a realtor, so we're going to put a video down in the description you can view later the benefits to have someone supporting you. Next, you're going to have title and legal fees. So again, this is where a lot of states really differ. There might be different taxes, different fees, title companies. Some states require attorneys. So again, just make sure that you check with someone in your state to make sure that these numbers are accurate. But in general, I'm going to use 1% of the price as title fees, legal fees, all that good stuff. So here's the math. So total fees that we have so far is 6% for the realtors and 1% for title, etc. So that's a total of 7%. Let's say your home price is $500,000. So if you reduce that by 7%, you're going to take $500,000 and you're going to times that by 93%. That's going to equal $465,000. But wait, there's more. You also need to subtract your portion of the property taxes year to date to credit to the buyer. So let me explain to you what that means. Let's say that your property taxes are $10,000 a year. So you want to subtract your portion of the property taxes year to date because that has to be credited to the buyer at the time of closing. Now I know that you're probably wondering, Jennifer, I escrow my taxes and insurance. That's already going to be taken care of. Actually, that's not true. The thing is that your current mortgage company doesn't have communication with the current buyer. So everything needs to be settled at the time of closing. So don't worry, you're going to be refunded your escrow later, about 30 days down the road after your loan is paid in full. So let's get back to the calculation. So let's say that your property taxes are $10,000 a year. If you divide that by 12, that's $833 per month. Now hang on with me. If you're in March and you're selling your house in late March, you've got to give the buyer 3 months of taxes. So you take 3 months times your prorated tax amount, which is $833, and you get $2,499. We're just going to round that up to $2,500. So you would actually deduct that $2,500 from your proceeds for this calculation. And then after you do that, you've got to subtract your actual mortgage loan. I usually round up the amount on my mortgage statement to accrue for any unpaid prepaid interest that might be due when I get the payoff. You can probably also obtain the payoff from your lender by logging in online, and there's usually a button that says request payoff. But the title company or attorney is going to do this as well right before closing. The last thing to remember is that if you have any like water softener liens, or if you had solar panels, you might have a lien on your property and it's going to have to be paid when you sell. Your homeowners association might have some past dues that are due, so make sure you know if you're caught up on those. You want to also make sure that if you ever had a home equity or a home improvement loan, that is going to be due when you sell as well. So if you mesh all these things together and you subtract them from your $500,000, you're going to come up with your net cash to close. So in summary, you take your sales price minus the 7%, so we got there by timesing it by 93%, minus your loan, minus your tax proration, depending on what month you're selling in. And then you want to subtract from that any miscellaneous liens that might be on title, like home improvement loans, home equity, utility liens like solar panels or water softeners. And there you have it. Let me hear your questions. I would love to know what you're thinking. Please keep tuning in. Talk to you soon.